Welcome to the ICAN VdTMoCA model of creativity learning space. The learning opportunities available to you are laid out on the first page, which is within My Courses. It could be a learning track, which essentially is a large training event, but it could be standalone modules, it could be a page, it could be a video, it could be a document. For large learning events such as a learning track, when you open it, you will see the courses that is contained within it. And each of these courses is likely to include several modules. Learning tracks usually start with training materials, which is included as a course in itself. When there are documents to view, when you click on them, they will appear as completed, but you are encouraged for all training materials to not just view them, but download them. Please note that some of them are large. This particular document is almost 100 pages long, and therefore it depends on the strength of your internet connection, your broadband width, as to how long they take to load. Let me show you. It's now taking a while to load because it's such a long document, but if you just wait, there it is. And what happens is that when you click on download in the top right-hand corner, this will open a download tab. You see here we have a second tab. Now that you've got the download tab, you click download again, and it'll offer you a place to save it on your computer. There's the download. To close it, first you need to close the tab, and then you need to close the resource that's still within the online platform, and then you'll be back to where you were. You need to at least view, but preferably download everything in order for it to show as completed. And within any course, you have to complete everything in order for that course to be completed and before you're able to move on to your next course. There's usually information about courses, and you also have the opportunity to review every course. I don't recommend that you do this because you'll be asked at the end of your training to review the whole training event. But if you have comments on a particular course, please do leave a review here. So now you can see that for this learning track, one of the courses has been completed. Having completed that course, you're now allowed to go on to the next part of the course. And this one, as in many learning events, are made up of narrated PowerPoints. And you'll know that they are PowerPoints because it says slides underneath. For narrated PowerPoints, when you click on them, the slides will automatically start. Now, some slides are for reading material only. For example, title slides, there's no narration because it's just a title slide. If there is no narration, then this icon will appear, and that is to prompt you to move to the next slide once you finish reading it. And you do that by clicking on the next button here. Again, this is just material to read. There is no narration, and you know there's no narration because the icon is here. So you move to the next slide. The model of creativity describes the relation. The narration will start automatically. You can pause and you can play. When you've listened to some of the slide, if you want to rewind it, you can do so here. And you can fast forward. You can leave a PowerPoint early before finishing the whole thing by clicking on the cross at the top, and you'll be asked whether you really want to stop viewing. So click yes. Then you'll see that that particular PowerPoint is not yet completed. It's in progress. When you go back to it, it will ask you if you want to pick up where you left off. You can say yes or no. If you say no, it'll take you back to the start. If you click yes, you'll pick up where you left off. You can move quickly forwards and backwards through slides by using this right-hand panel, and this is where you want to. And this is for when you want to revisit slides, and you can also use the slide bar here. You must view every single slide in order for this to be complete, including the very last slide. You can work through the modules of your course at your own pace. So let's decide that we're going to leave this for now and go and do something else. When you sign back in, you log out here, and when you log back in, using your login details, you will helpfully see the module that you were last viewing. So instead of having to look through all of your training in order to find where you left off, you click here and you pick up where you left off. You may also be offered the opportunity to engage in optional materials, and you'll know they're optional because it will say optional in the title. Please note that engaging with optional materials requires time in addition to that estimated for your training. Quizzes are really great resources because you can check that you are learning what you're meant to learn, and they're usually aligned with the content of your training. So these quizzes are actually aligned with content in the main VdTMoCA training. And you'll be prompted during your training to go and try a quiz if you want to. So please do not try and do these quizzes before you've done your training because you'll be wasting your time. There's lots of different things to engage with. There's your quiz, start. And don't worry if you get the answers wrong because you have unlimited opportunities. You don't have to pass a quiz, they are completely optional. Again, close in the top right-hand corner. Here you can see that because it's the last thing I viewed, optional quizzes has now moved to the top of the list, and it's prompted me to pick up where I left off. But I can, of course, go back to my learning track and carry on with my learning there. All of the learning opportunities that you are enrolled in will appear here, and how many you've completed will appear here. And you have to complete the entire course in order for it to show as being completed here. Next to my courses is my trainings. This is a calendar of events. So if there are any Zoom discussions or there's a webinar, it will appear in here and you'll be notified automatically by email of that event. There's also the knowledge base, which consists of optional materials. Please note again that if you want to look at these materials, it's time that you need in addition to your main training. Other facilities to inform you about. Notifications will tell you of any new courses that you've been enrolled in, and it'll also prompt you to review courses. You log out here, and it's also where you can look at your profile settings and change your password if you want to. You can see your learning history, and it's where you log out. If there are any questions or queries about the online platform, please contact me. Please do so using the email address that you've been provided with. Within the online platform, it suggests that you can contact me by using this facility here, but this is not in use at the moment. So please do not use this facility, but email me with the email address that you've been given, and equally ignore this facility to contact your instructor here. I hope you found this useful and enjoy your training.